Old games are some of the most fun out there, from the Legend of Zelda series to Pokemon to Super Metroid and everything in between. But when you play through some of those games once, they become a bit more difficult to enjoy as much the next time through. You figured out the puzzles, you know what's there, you know where to go. So, what's one way of making them more interesting? That's right, making it random. Let's get into the episode where it's a link to the past today, where I'm giving myself 5 hours to try and complete a randomizer. Just pretty standard settings, although small keys are randomized as well. So let's get into it. Afternoon, and this the randomizer, so into it. We managed to get through escape, got a nice rescue of Zelda with a little kiss, and didn't get much out of it though, as I didn't have any bombs to get the few items. Did get a sword though, but I think that's guaranteed. Anyway, make our way to Kakariko, where we drop down the little well, and finally, well, it's not really finally, it only took us about 12 minutes, but we got a heart container, so we're a bit more healthy. But we pick up our first small key, one for Dark Palace, and some bombs. And of course, the good old-fashioned crack in the wall for Zelda, and we we blow up the wall, make sure we're getting all that money, because we are an absolute gold hoarder. And we get a first dungeon map, as they're also randomized, so small keys, dungeon maps, and compasses will be in random chests. Didn't realise I set that to random. Not very smart with it, but heyo, you do what you do. Anyway, make our way out, and we make our way over to Blind's house. It's a bit of a trek up the stairs, in we go. And of course you go downstairs. Oh, didn't have anything interesting to say to me. Why isn't that randomized? I wanted you to say something cool. Anyway, put a bomb down and we try and figure out this puzzle without making it too hard on myself, which I somehow managed to do. Takes a few seconds of figuring out though when I'm looking. I'm like, how do I get in without messing it up? There we go. Last one, when we get a first bottle, a rupee, and some more rupees, because I am a money hoarder and I love all the rupees. Give them to me. I need all the money. And we also pick up a Quake medallion, but that's not important. No one cares about that. It's all about those blue peas. So much money. Anyway, now with that money, unfortunately we have to spend it. We can't keep it all. And then there's a little merchant here that's trying to rob me. But I'll go check with him in a second. Oh, yeah, this house has nothing. See, this is the problem when you haven't played it for a little while. You don't know where everything is. But anyway, we talk to him and he gives us a nice boomerang. Not exactly the best item, but it's something. And then we proceed to clear out Southern Hyrule. Don't get a lock, so we end up in the mini Molduga cave. Use my bombs to kill him because I know you can actually get along the top, but I'm bad at it. And in the chest, we get a nice upgrade to our shield, some more money, and a shovel. Beautiful. And even more money. Nearly up to 500? Just shy. Need that money for the Zora. Hopefully I have enough by the time I go to him. Anyway, we use that shovel to dig up. Somewhere here. I remember it. There we go. The Titan's Mitt. Beautiful. Got the other one elsewhere. Can't remember where the first strength upgrade was. But then we get the Moon Pearl in the swamp. It's not really the swamp, but Hyrule Swamp. Not in Dark World. It's not Swamp Cave. And got to do the puzzle, of course. Hardest puzzle in Legend of Zelda. 3-block puzzle. Pull on our lever. Let some water out. Even though I probably should have waited to do this till Swamp Cave. Caves? Is it Swamp Cave? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm guessing so. That's what it's called. And we pick up another heart container. After that, we go to Hasharala and find out that the green pendant's in Ice Palace. So hopefully there isn't anything too good hiding behind him. But knowing my luck, there will. So I'll end up clearing Ice Palace anyway. These down. some arrows, and the ocarina. Not as useful as it is in later games, but it still has one of the best uses in the game and one of the best songs. But anyway, after that, proceed into is it Palace? No, that's Eastern Palace. We pick up a big key for the area. Not a lot else in here. A lot of damage taken because, you know, why not just walk into enemies? We do go and look in the big chest, and that's just a bottle. Nothing spectacular. And then we make our way to Zoras Palace. Zoras Palace? Zora's Domain. Where, as you can probably hear, it has the world's most annoying sound. Because they're also randomized apparently. But anyway, make our way back and we get the one use of the ocarina. Which, I mean, it has a fantastic song. I'm probably going to put this in as well, the song. I love it. It's so good. And we get our duck. The little flying duck. To be fair, he is strong. He can pick up a full Squirtle. And we all know that flying is not strong against water. Even though it would kind of make sense because a lot of birds eat fish. But anyway, we go up to Mount Hyrule. Where we have a look around. Didn't find a lot. Come back to Misery Mire. And then we go in and see it's Bombos for the main dungeon, so we need to find that medallion somewhere. And yeah, just take damage. Easier than trying to avoid it. I can heal at a later time. Trying to figure out the puzzle here. Yep, and we get ourselves a nice ice mail, is it? Or a blue tunic, which makes us look rather fashionable now, with our little blue on our shell. But anyway, we made our way back to Mount Hyrule because I realised there's a check I can do in this cave, and we get the Pegasus boot finally. We can finally move around somewhat quickly. We're not restricted to being a slow ass Squirtle anymore. We're moving up in the world. Look at the dash. It is probably my favourite item in the game, the Pegasus boots. Just the speed, apart from the fact I'm terrible and crash into walls all the time. Being able to just do that and get through. Anyway, on to the Dark World, where we go into Dark Kakariko Village. Oh, look at the poor Cuckoo. What have they done to you, but my boy? Turned you into a skeleton. Anyway, we make our way, realising that Blind's house is not Thieves' Town, because I thought that's how you got in. And I was trying to remember if you could get into the well again, but no, that's not a check anymore. A lot of time wasted, and we pay the chess game man because he wants us to get ourselves some red mail, which is really nice. Nice bit of armor, although I'm sad that my shell turned to red. We then pick up the bomb bust from the stump man and make our way over to Hype Cave, where hopefully we'll get something good. I mean, at least he paid us for turning up and giving him a wave. Where we get a key. Not bad. More to Dark Palace is always good. Skull Woods, they're both dungeons that are required. And the Hype Hammer. Absolutely glorious. Love the hammer. Best up. And then continue making our way around the Dark World and Hyrule, where we go to the pyramid, and thank God it's got the mirror. Makes my life so much easier, unlocking so many more checks. And then of course we keep exploring. End up going to see the angry fish. Throw in a rock, wake him up, and he throws us out the legendary green rupee. Oh, all the money. Anyway, back to Mount Hyrule, where we go into the Tower of Hera. Realise what the magic mirror does when you use it in the dungeon, because I was curious and didn't know. And make my way up. Couple fiery boys, and would you know, they give us a lantern. Start exploring a little bit, go up the top, realising that I need to do the downstairs first, after I already clear out the room because I'm an idiot. I didn't realise you could see through the top of the room there. Anyway, get ourselves a nice little bomb. And what do we have here? The big key, which I still don't have. So I'm hoping it's not behind the small key check. So we make our way down here once he finally gets his skates on. And thank God we got the big key. So this dungeon's pretty much done. So we make our way up to the boss. We've got Molduga to fight. I actually think this is one of my favourite bosses in the game, just because it's so random in the movement. It's frustrating, but it's not like you can just smack your head against the brick wall to get your way through it. You've got to like actually be good at dodging a little bit, otherwise you will get knocked off the edge. Luckily, this is the first time trying it, and we managed to do it first time. Also, I got the Master Sword at some point. I don't remember where I got that from, but it did happen. Trust me. And we pick up our crystal. Lovely. Get the first crystal for my little Squirtle. He's growing up so fast. Anyway, we move on to East Mount Hyrule. Clear out some caves badly. We've try and figure out what item we need to use. Boomerang. There we go. Get ourselves some money. The book, so we can finally read, but I don't really know if Squirtle can read. I mean, he has shades and a hook shot, which is absolutely loaded little room. Two of the useful items. Before we make our way back to Dark Cack, and we may have a look into these down, because my brain finally kicked into gear, and I remember the entrance is in the statue, not in the Blind's house. That's just where some of the... Well, I'm guessing that's where you go rescue her from. Anyway, pick up a nice ice rod. Not too bad. That is needed because Turtle Rocks is one of the required dungeons for this seed. And the big key. Before going south, and we find a little frog friend who we escort back and bring him to his brother. Get him as a blacksmith. Brother's happy. He's thanking me. They're both thanking me. Make my way out. Back in. And I pick myself up a bow. Bit of a weird thing that they're forging that. You would have thought fire and hammers and wood wouldn't really mix. Apparently they do. Anyway, we go into this back cave. We use our magic powder and we summon the devil. Because, you know, you've got to do that. And he attacks us. He did give us a green rupee. And then we finally make our way back to Desert Palace, where we start praying to the Lord to open up the door for us. And thank you, the Lord of Hyrule. King of Red Lions decides he wants to do that for us and lets us into the palace, where we don't really find anything. So we make our way back to Eastern, where... make our way through the bit of the dungeon, try and figure out that, but fail miserably. Get ourselves the red sword before making our way all the way to the Armos night fight. This ain't too bad a fight. Use Bombus, but I didn't realise it didn't do anything. It would have been nice if you could just kill them all in one. That would have been a nice Easter egg. Anyway, of course, you've got to get out the bow. Start firing away, though I can't hit for anything. Finally get one down. Eventually I'll get another down, don't worry. 2 down. 3 down. Another 2 down. And then finally we got the one who's angry that we've killed all his friends, but he doesn't have a chance. And we get half magic. Beautiful. What an item to get. Can use so many more things. And pick up our second crystal. Absolutely lovely. Give a little pray. And make our way on. We go straight to Palace of Darkness. Try and find out this puzzle. Make our way through where you make a nice little monkey friend. If he likes to follow us, sure, we'll bring him along. He seems friendly. And we go up the steps where the little guy doesn't even ask in the randomizer. He just steals our money. Yeah, he opens the door, but rude. Could I not made a deal? Bartered. Giving you something for it. Anyway, make our way in. Got 2 small keys so we can explore quite a bit. We get the big key straight away. Before looking around, not really finding much, but we do find the butter sword. which makes us quite strong already for this game. We've got the best sword, and we've only done 2 overworld bosses. It did give us a small key though to Desert Palace, where we make our way in, get ourselves the big key finally so we can get the boss done, and try and figure out this room, and get the money as I'm a hoarder. And I still need to go back to Zora because I didn't get it. Smash into the chest, get the bug catcher, and get even more money. Make our way up to the boss, which is Mola? Sounds Welsh. No, it's Mola. And we just smack it with butter. That glorious fat. Could we deep fry you in butter? I know he doesn't like fire, but I mean, come on. Who doesn't like the butter? He overdoses on butter and starts exploding. We get 2 of them down. And the last one is being a bit rude, but we managed to get him down too without taking much damage over than half a heart. Advantage to being absolutely tanky as hell. And we pick up our 2nd crystal. Beautiful. Luckily, those were crystals 5 and 6, so we're able to get the big old bomb, where we escort it over, drop it off, and we explode the old pyramid, where we have a cheeky gander inside, see what's going on, and we're rewarded with rupee and some arrows. But the lovely big fairy, Great Fairy, gives us a nice bottle. Right, day 2. I mean, day 1 was not so bad, but we managed to use half our time and we only did 2 dungeons, so it's not looking good. Really need to make some progress today. We did get some good utility items, where we got the Ocarina, Magic Mirror, Moon Pearl, Ice Rod, Hookshot. Actually, we got a fair bit when I look at it like that. But anyway, in the menu, we decided to try and go to Swamp Palace, forgetting we don't actually have one of the most important items for Swamp Palace. Can you have a guess what it might be? Yeah. There's water in here. We need flippers. We can't swim. Link hasn't learnt that yet. Anyway, try going to Skull Woods, seeing if we can find anything. I'll give you a hint. It's not looking promising at all. So we go get our fortune told and hope he can help us. Give us some luck, little man. He tells us to go to the Zoras because we actually need to get this stuff. So we go to Mount Hyrule instead because I hate the sound that comes out of that domain. Who actually wants to listen to that sound over and over again? I love getting an item, but the item sound back to back is not worth it. We accidentally remove the skull, realising that we can't get back. But we do find the small key to Dark Palace, which we need to finally clear the dungeon and get another crystal done. And some bombs, which is always nice. Can you not... Oh, I tried to get around, but he was just too strong for me. He just zapped me into oblivion. Anyway, we open this, get another nice small key. This one to Misery Mire, which is beautiful, so we can clear more of that dungeon when we get there. Oh, he doesn't let me attach to him. Well, that's just rude. Can you not be helpful, please? Make it easier for me. And finally, even more small keys, but 2 to Dark Palace. I prefer Palace of Darkness. Sounds so much cooler than Dark Palace. It sounds like what someone's made in a ROM hack. Anyway, we make our way back, and thank God I got the 2 keys. So go up here for the final check apart from the boss, and it was the cane, which we need for Turtle Rock. We make our way over, and we get to the Helm Rock King. And here you see my great skill at not being able to hit a head with a hammer. I'm not a DIY man myself. I'm not very good at it. I'm more likely to break a finger than I am to actually hit something with my hammer. As you can see, and some nice dodges until the last one. We'll get his helmet down eventually. He's just being a bit rude at the moment. Excuse me, stop hitting me with fire. Just go for it. He must be close. Beautiful. And then, of course, we like to feed people here, so we give him plenty of butter, and he's had enough. Which, don't blame him. Can only take so much butter, unless it's garlic butter, which is absolutely glorious. The best form of butter out there. Anyway, we get our second crystal. Second? No, that's a third now. Damn, I didn't realise we're doing so well. 3 out of 7 done. Before we make our way to Misery Mire, and we have the hardest challenge in all of Zelda, the 3-block puzzle. Can he do it? He's done it! Everyone knows. Like, how can you not know? The 3-block puzzle, top 10 hardest puzzles. Admittedly, it is annoying when you first do it, because you can only push things once, so you don't realise. And I didn't get it right. Rude. And can these trying to be a DJ deck. Anyway, whiz robes, get out the way. I'm running out of time here. I've got 1 hour 30. I've wasted an hour and I've only got 1 crystal to show for it. So we light up all the torches. This time we have the nice earthquake, which shakes us to our core. But luckily, Squirtles are known for their sturdiness with the shell. So we're all good. And I also picked up the mirror shield at some point. Don't quote me on where I found that. I was just looking and I was going, oh. We did find it. Anyway, pick up the big key, which was below, before using the big key on the big chest. And we finally have flippers, so Swamp Palace is open. Anyway, make our way to the boss. And now that we have silver arrows as well that we got from killing the last boss, this is slightly easier than it's meant to be. Just shoot. We'll get there eventually. Oh, he's trying to lightning me. Come on. Oh, it's only 2 arrows to kill him with that. Wait, how the hell do I get that? Oh, you can walk on the goop. And we pick up our 4th crystal. We're finally starting to make some progress through all these dungeons. All the overall checks I've mainly done, and of course they contain nothing. So maybe I know for next time that exploring dungeons is good. So with those flippers, we can finally go into Swamp Palace. So we make our way in. Realise we go the wrong way. Oh, it'd be nice if those gave you hints. Make it... Nah, actually, I don't like hints. It ruins the fun. That's why I didn't even download the spoiler log. Anyway, we get the red boomerang, which we're never going to use, really. Make our way around. Not a lot in the swamp, unfortunately, where we find the big key. And this was kind of a dead check. But we're here anyway, and we got 1 more to check, so we have to kill old Boss McBossface. I actually don't know what this one's called. Big ass jellyfish? With some angry little boys around him? If anyone knows the name, if you let me know, it'd be cool. I never actually... All the other ones I actually know. Like the Helmarok King. So on and so forth. Actually, to be fair, I don't know many of them. I know the original 3 and that's it. Anyway. Get some nice spin attacks going with the butter sword and 2 sticks of butters, all he can take. Gives us a heart container, so it's kind of worth it, and we got a blue pendant. So it does help for the Master Sword check if I need to do it, which is why I just cleared it out as it takes a couple minutes. Surely it won't come back to bite me in the ass that I did that. Anyway, go back in, there was nothing else in there, and we make our way to Ice Palace. Where this at least has the green pendant, so I get something out of it. Is it not you pull one of the tongues? Okay, apparently not. What the hell am I meant to do? Can you light them on fire with the torch? Okay, no. But you can use Bombus, because it kills everything on the screen, so you don't have to worry about it. Anyway, make our way through the dungeon. Try and find something. Smash some skulls. As you do. Typical Friday night. Am I right? No, I'm joking. Anyway, make our way through the goddamn awful ice physics where we nearly so close to dying there. Thank God we got the fairy spawn. Because I do not think I'll be able to hit that anti-fairy with the magic powder. but nothing much else in here. Accidentally put down a block, but we pick up the big old rock and we make our way down to the angry Ice Eyel, where, as we're so kind and generous, we do free him. We can't let him stew in there for all this time. And we absolutely load him up on butter. As you can see, he's quite light and airy, so he needs some fat on his bones. So best way, plenty of butter. And with that, 2 of his friends have overdosed on glorious butter. And we get ourselves a nice piece of heart. And the green pendant, which is useful because if Sahasra needs it, we've at least got it. But again, another empty check really, and we're running out of time. We need that fire rod. So we do go and see Sahasra, but he only has a piece of heart, which is a kick in the balls really. So we go back to Thieves Town. We finally found a key and make our way up to the top half where Blind lives. Which... Blind lives? No, she's not here. But we get our ice rod. She's down in the jail. We make our way up into her house and steal a lovely fire rod. Before making our way to the jail, where the jailers aren't too happy that we're trying to spring a jail escape, but that's neither here nor there, because we meet our lovely girlfriend, who we take to a nice room with some light to help her. Turns out she wasn't so lovely. She makes a questionable statement there. And I didn't realise that was actually on this game. But okay. Does the bow work? Okay, I'm never going to be able to hit this. Surprise, surprise. It doesn't seem to work. Oh god, please just die. This battle is so much chaos against Blind. But we're nearly there. Just keep using the mirror shield, dodging, blocking those bullets, and eventually we'll get there. Oh god, 4 hearts left. 3.5. Thank god for the red mail. How am I not hitting? Oh my god. And it's dead. Well, we get some bombs. Again, another dungeon cleared. Not a lot of items, but we did get the fire rod. Most important, because now we can finally clear Skull Woods and Turtle Rock. We needed it for both of those, and we finally got it. We make our way up here because I saw a small key, and luckily it was for Skull Woods, so it's perfect because I'm just about to go in. Make our way inside, burn down his mouthpiece, and of course the big key is here. Right there, so didn't get it earlier. Keep getting attacked. And oh my god, I remember why I hate this dungeon. Those re-deads are the most annoying version of them. Actually no, the screaming ones are probably worse. And the Wall Masters. Safe to say I lost a few minutes getting grabbed. But we make our way to Mothra. And we got half magic, so we just absolutely burn it to a crisp. Throw in a bit of butter, of course, because you need to, you know, make sure that it has plenty of food to eat. Before he explodes, gives us some arrows, and we get our next crystal finally. Thank the Lord. Anyway, we have a nice little victory pose. Get ourselves healed. And make our way to Turtle Rock, where luckily I remembered that you go anti-clockwise to get the spawn. Because if you don't remember that, you're screwed. And luckily, I had Bombus. It wasn't Ether, it wasn't... As we still haven't found that, and we're able to open the door and make our way inside. We've got pretty much all the items we need at this point, so it's just a case of getting this cleared and making our way to Ganons Tower. So we enter inside. I do not want to admit how many times I struggled with actually doing this correctly. Like everything, it took me way longer than it should have, but we light all 4 torches. and make our way into the room where we try the speedrunner glitch, but we're not that good at the game to actually get it to go. We do get ourselves a rupee, a nice little big key as well. Before making our way down to the boss, we don't need any items, just go. Just go. And we take on Turtle Boy with the 3 heads. Oh, that's the fire head. Get out the ice rod, and we feed all 3 of them butter till they explode. Because that's just what you do. Only took about 3 shots, which is nice. If I didn't have the butter sword, I would be in a world of hurt right now. I would have run out of time long ago. Mainly because I would have died. Oh my god, he still does 2 hearts and 1 heart of damage. I did not realise when doing this he did so much. So I ended up being a bit closer than I'd like. Onto 3 hearts where I've got to, if I get hit twice, the boss is over. Luckily, he is a big fan of butter. And it only takes 3 hits before he has had enough. That beautiful, rich taste is enough for him. And he drops a small key, which is rather nice. It's Skullwoods though, so at this point it doesn't really matter, does it? We're just on to the last final stretch where we got 26 minutes to clear Ganons Tower. Hopefully I'm able to find the big key quickly. We've got the lovely little cutscene. I love this game. It is one of my favourites from when I was younger. I used to play this on the Game Boy all the time. I didn't have a SNES. I was too young at that point. But when I got this on the Game Boy, it was so good. And we go left side first, where we get into the first room where we get some hearts, some money, which is good because everyone needs money. Because, of course, why wouldn't you? And we don't get lucky with the big key. And I hate skeletons, but I managed to get them down. Where we make our way to the right side, because there's nothing on the left side. We got a compass for Swamp Palace at least. And there's the Ether Medallion. Thank God it was not anywhere else. And more bombs, because, you know, why not? We're teleporting our way back out. And going down to the Armos Knights Fight 2. But this time on ice. It's, you know, Strictly wasn't good enough last time. We had to have dancing on ice now. Luckily, silver arrows means it's no problem. And we're into the final stretch. So I went out the wrong door, and it turned out that Armos did have the big key, but I had to do him again. We make our way up the Ganons Tower, where we have the final countdown of 3 minutes till it ends. Do-do-do-do. We fight Land Mola again. He needs more butter. He needs some butter. Not quite some milk, as good as milk. But anyway, take him out as quickly as we can, trying to slash him as much as possible. As we're on the final countdown, 3 minutes. I'm so close, but it's not looking likely. I'm going to run out of time. We take an unfortunate death, where we use one of our 3 fairies. And make our way to Molduga with 42 seconds left. And then, you know I said I liked this boss earlier. Don't like it anymore, do I? Knocks me down. He's just too good for me in this small arena. I try and get a fairy for some health, but with my accuracy I miss. Before heading on for round 2. Don't know why I need bombs for this, and he's just straight in with the steel chair. Took me out like it was nothing. We get another fairy though, so think of the positives. But 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We didn't manage to do it. We were close. But looking back, those early mistakes cost me a lot of time spent wandering around not knowing where to go. But we're here now, so we finish out the run. We get away to Aghanim where we start playing some tennis. though he decides he doesn't want to play tennis and shoots them at random directions. Bow doesn't work. That's helpful. He keeps trying to shoot me, but, you know, come on, tennis. There we go, finally get the first hit in. Before he keeps trying to snipe. But you've not got this. I'll get you. We get the... Oh, so close to a double, nearly a triple. But Squirtle's not that good at tennis. He tries his hardest, but, you know, he just doesn't have the forehand. He does get a double, though, there. What a snipe. Before hitting him one more time and releasing the Dark Lord himself, Pig Ganon, who somehow was also a bat on this game. Never knew that. But luckily our duck makes its way to the Dark World to follow this evil bat to his lair in the pyramid, where we have the final showdown against Ganon himself. I love this fight. Oh my god, they randomize this. Don't stand so close to me. Back off, buddy. Or is he just a fan of Stand By Me? Who knows? But of course, we use the tried and trusted method of overdosing someone on the glorious butter stick. He tries to summon fire though. He's not having enough. He doesn't like the raw butter on its own. He wants it melted. He's not a fan of it. He does manage to snipe us with his fire bat, but luckily we have fairies and are prepared. Get ourselves healed up. Keep feeding him butter. You will overdose soon enough. Don't worry. Oh, we get into the next phase where he's angry and wants to remove some of the flooring. Which is a bit rude because it was lovely. Whoever made the tiles is clearly going to be annoyed. Imagine you put all that work in making this lovely pyramid with the Triforce room. Silver, his true weakness. Where he starts putting out the lights, and with 3 hearts left, it's not looking too hopeful. And I don't really know what I'm doing. Shoot him with arrows. And we die. But we have one more fairy. One last chance. What do? I couldn't figure it out at this point. I was shooting him. He keeps teleporting, so I thought, was I doing something wrong? Can't get a clean shot. He keeps putting out the lights. I mean, I know you're not beautiful looking, but it's a bit rude, Ganon. And my arrows were bouncing off him. Silver does nothing, apparently. I was shooketh. I couldn't believe what was happening, and he spawns on top of me. And I miss an arrow again. Before I finally decide, maybe I have to overdose him on butter. It's always the answer, right? But I run out of health, so we get back to phase, get some potions, and we figure it out. What is the one thing that Ganon hates? Butter not melted. Where we get through the phase, give him a nice little taps with the butter sword, and he finally perishes and explodes. Like everything, butter is king. And we make our way through to the chamber where we find this Triforce, and it's time. 11 minutes over. Frustrating, but it's a challenge. I can do it next time, and I reckon I'll get it done easily. Hope you enjoy the episode. Comments, likes, and feedbacks are really appreciated, as this took a while to do. And Squirtle leaves you with the Triforce.